What's going on, guys? My name is Trypal, and wow, can you believe your eyes? The rumors are true. You read the title correctly. Today, we are going over 10 types of players in Star Wars Battlefront 2, Part 3. Now guys, it has been 3 whole years since Part 2, and you people have been begging me to make a Part 3 even more than y'all begged Disney to retcon the new sequel trilogy. Yeah, well boys, unlike Disney making the fans wait 2 to 3 years for a sequel glorified by thousands of lasers, lens flares, and reviving nostalgic characters, your boy's gonna come through with an actually respectable sequel. We also do have the thousands of lasers. I mean, this is Star Wars after all. So with that said, spawn in as the assault class, put on your boxing gloves, and get ready to throw arms at a hero with 8 times your health, because this is 10 types of players in Star Wars Battlefront 2, Part 3. Disclaimer, blah blah. Listen here, Cupcake. If you take anything I say seriously, good luck surviving middle school with that life-size Grogu pellet you keep in your backpack. That's right, I said it. Now hit that like button before I expose your Lego Poor collection too. I'm just playing. See, if you failed that test, I would recommend clicking off the video now. You're probably gonna get offended. That's okay though, the year is 2021 and I don't have time to care. With that said, boys, here we go.
Number 10.
The Stealth Sergeant. Unlike this dude's normal brethren endlessly rapid firing as many rounds as he can into the enemy's direction, the Stealth Sergeant likes to take a unique approach to combat, you could say. This is the guy that idolizes Rambo and tries to implement his guerrilla warfare tactics into Battlefront 2. Unfortunately for him, this game does not favor such methods. Normally, the Stealth Sergeant will emerge from your friend group as y'all are all assembling your squad on the ground. You'll soon ask yourself, where is Rochambeau 920? Turns out, the man is doing a ginormous flank all the way around the objective in an effort to hold the enemy at their spawn. Sounds great and all, but if this guy manages to not get mowed down from a firing squad of snipers, he typically just gets outgunned in a simple 1v3 or 4 situation. Now because of this, he begs you and the rest of your squad to join him on his next journey to the edge of the world, vowing the effectiveness of such a strategy. Against your better judgment, you agree. Along the way, you question his methods, but he constantly reassures you, saying, nah man, we're about to hit him with that Call of Duty Advanced poo-poo special, you know what I'm saying? And of course, you have no idea what he's saying, and you can only imagine what that means. I don't know about you, but when I hear that, I think we're about to drop a tactical nuke on the enemy team. Turns out, the only thing dropping is your body to the ground as your Stealth Sergeant leads you and your squad directly into a kill barrier, or far worse, Darth Vader. Now sometimes, this player is a bit more bold, and instead of flanking around the entire map for half the game, he actually decides to take a position directly on the front lines. This, my friends, is the competent version of this player. By sneaking his way to the front lines and placing himself in a corner or against a wall which the enemies will completely overlook, the Stealth Sergeant is more often than not able to pick up 2 to 4 kills by using the element of surprise. Now if this is you, as a word of caution, be careful not to let your overconfidence blind you on Kashyyyk and accidentally fall into one of these holes during your sneak attack as Obi-Wan. Trust me, I've seen some things.
Number 9.
The free-to-play rookie. Yes, so as you all know, Star Wars Battlefront 2 became free-to-play a few weeks ago, which of course means that there was a resurgence of our good friends, the Delicious Noob, which might I add, has been a much-needed change to this game, alright? This game in 2021 has become sweatier than Dream in Minecraft Manhunt, and that's saying something, alright? Side note, we made a really funny video exposing Dream's haters on our group channel, and so y'all should definitely go check that out. I'll link it right now. Anyway, as I was saying, the Battlefront has become a downright sweat fest full of max rank tryhards with every purple star card possible. It's safe to say that a feeding frenzy has been long overdue. Now, unfortunately for these rookies, however, they are the bait. You see, a strategy that I caught on to during this time was people who were actually good at the game would convince all their friends to download the game when it was free, right? Unbeknownst to them, however, their friend was just making them a human meat shield, which the opposing players could lock onto, giving the friend who's been playing the game an ideal way to not take damage while they pick off the enemy. Honestly, it's quite genius. I don't know if it's ethical, but it's genius nonetheless. But hey, in all seriousness, if any of you watching here came when the game was free, we welcome you with open arms, and we love seeing you on the battlefield, especially when you're on the enemy team. Anyway,
Number 8.
the Spawn Killer. Now guys, let me just tell y'all something. I am a very nice individual in real life, okay? People tell me I need to be less considerate to other people. However, let me be clear, if you ever do something as disgusting as farm kills at the enemy spawn, I will lose all respect for you and have no problem telling you just that. I have more respect for AFKs on my team in Heroes vs. Villains. In fact, let me say this. I think I have more respect for Rian Johnson than someone that breaks Star Wars by cheating, alright? I know Rian Johnson broke Star Wars, don't get me wrong, but at least he did it fairly, right? The man interviewed, he wrote a script, he ruined it legally, and at the end of the day, he did his job and got paid. Spawn killers, on the other hand, have to cheat in order to break Star Wars. They have to break the game just to get kills, and that's just just outright sad. You think Anakin cheated and used mind tricks in order to make Padme fall in love with him? No, of course not. My boy was out there chasing the bag with some of the most clever pickup lines the realm of romance has ever seen.
I will do anything that you ask.
Number 7.
The Hero Hunter. Say hello to the Mando wannabe of your friend group. This is your one buddy that caved under the weight of nostalgia and subscribed to the devil, aka Disney Plus, after Boba Fett was leaked to return in the series. The man didn't even make it to Luke's reveal. He caved on Boba Fett. Come on, bro. Press F in the comments to pay respect to this man. But it doesn't stop there. This man became so obsessed with The Mandalorian, preaching to anyone and everyone how good the series is and how many stellar missions the Mando goes on, that he constantly tries to replicate those adventures into Battlefront 2. But you see, unlike the Mando going on meaningless side quests most of the time, this guy is hunting the real deals, the notable heroes and villains of Star Wars, worthy of being playable in the most popular modern multiplayer Star Wars game on the market. You know, such as BB-8. Admittedly, these creatures are few in number, probably due to the fact that they're hunting Darth Vader as the assault class. That's right, these people don't need 3PO telling them their odds of survival. Their strategy is simple. If they see a hero, they immediately attack with whatever class, weapon, or vehicle they have at their disposal. Ewok versus Grievous? Done. Sniper versus Yoda? They'll take it. Seriously, real quick, I just gotta point out how badly I disrespected this dude playing as Yoda. I literally survived for like 15 seconds by just rolling around a rock. I find that absolutely hilarious. It was as if Grogu was playing as Yoda. It was really funny. Anyway, you might be wondering, does the Hero Hunter ever actually win any of these encounters? Statistically, no, but hey, not everyone in the Star Wars universe gets to survive, right? Unless your name is, of course, Darth Maul, Emperor Palpatine, Boba Fett, Princess Leia, Rey Palpatine, or anybody else that Mickey Mouse can just wave his magical wand around in order to revive nostalgic characters and use to bring back fans.
Number 6.
The emote allergy. Guys, I gotta be real with y'all, alright? I thought the whole emote trend was gonna die with Fortnite, but it seems this disease has made its way to every mainstream game played in 2021. That said, not all emote players are bad, alright? The ones that use emotes sparingly, maybe when something actually funny happens, or say you spam hello there as Obi-Wan when you see Grievous, no one's gonna roll their eyes at you, alright? It's the ones that spam emotes in the most obscure places at the most random of times that create the emote allergy effect that spreads so fast it makes the Millennium Falcon look slow. Seriously, all it takes is a few random Tusken Raider emotes next to your spawn before next thing you know, half the lobby is spamming their favorite emotes while the objective is left completely untouched. Okay, this is almost as childish as Star Wars Rebels. Now, you might disagree with that opinion, but you cannot deny that they dumbed down Vader to a level we've never seen before, and in my mind, I wouldn't even want to see him like this, okay? Like, look at this. He could have completely killed Kanan here, but instead he just throws him to nowhere. Alright, imagine if we had the Vader of Jedi Fallen Order in this show. Oh wait, they couldn't do that because all the main characters would be dead in the first season. Alright, I don't know why I'm roasting Rebels right now, but let me give it some love. I will say this, we did get some really, really good lines from Ahsoka in that series.
Revenge is not the Jedi way.
I am no Jedi.
It's too bad that's never going to be an emote because EA wants to make BB-8 a hero instead.
Number 5.
The Leech. This is the guy that has clung to your back harder than Yoda was to Luke on Dagobah, except instead of having a Grandmaster Jedi at your side, you have little Jeffrey 8090. The guy has no directional capabilities whatsoever, or let alone any spatial awareness for that matter, and so he chooses to closely follow any single moving entity on his team. Allow me to break this down. Normally how this goes is little Jeffrey gets done watching his favorite Star Wars movie, right? Which, if we're all being honest here, is probably The Last Jedi. He admires the teamwork and real chemistry behind one of the most iconic duos to ever reach the big screen for the entire franchise. Of course, I'm talking about Finn and Rose, and decides to try and replicate that extremely deep and beautiful connection they have onto Battlefront 2. If you can't tell right now, I am absolutely throwing bullets at Rian Johnson. I'm sorry, but somebody has to. I think everyone has forgotten that this guy is still actively directing and producing his own Star Wars trilogy, and so I think we just need to remind Disney that that's not particularly the best idea, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a Star Wars fan. They shouldn't be listening to me anyway, right? Anyway, the problem is that once the Leech gets in the game, he quickly realizes that just like in the movie, there is no real connection between anybody here, alright? Every man is secretly for themselves. Now, lucky for you, this dude is almost as clumsy as Jar Jar and will likely just get himself killed one way or another without you having to do anything at all. Or even better, he might just get stuck in between these barrels on Tatooine and squirm around like that little piggy in the Rancor pit. That's always a fun scene to watch.
Number 4.
The Melee Man. Like all respectable Battlefront players, most of us like to spawn in as the commando trooper from time to time when we simply just want to change up from being the average troop on the ground. If you've ever played the original Star Wars Republic Commando, you'll know the exact feeling I'm talking about. Great game, by the way. Unfortunately for us, however, there's a certain type of player that loves to regularly spawn in and hog these units from their skilled teammates. Meet the melee man. You see, their favorite class is the commando because, put simply, it makes him feel like a walking tank. And with that one episode of the Clone Wars featuring Republic Commando Gregor shredding literally hundreds of droids by himself, this mindset from the melee man is completely understandable. However, it is the way in which these players use the commando that is their downfall. You see, for whatever reason, these players like to turn into a makeshift MMA fighter, spamming their melee button when they spawn in as these units. Except instead of hitting their opponent with that 1-2 McGregor 3-4 Mayweather, he hits them with that 5-6 miss, you know what I'm saying? Now, if the melee man is lucky enough to steer clear of opposing heroes, he's able to really focus in on his craft against normal level opponents. If the commando is unavailable, this may include spawning in as an Ewok and proceeding to throw his small hitbox character at opposing players. I gotta say, of all the variants of this player, seeing people spawn in as an Ewok and absolutely slap unsuspecting players from behind has gotta be one of the funniest and most satisfying things to watch in this game. It's almost as adorable as Baby Yoda on the speeder. You're welcome.
Number 3.
The Pre-Fire Private. If you thought the amount of bullets shot at Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi was overkill, you obviously have not seen the famous work of the Pre-Fire Private in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Let me just say, this guy can't walk through a single doorway without unloading at least 2 full supercharged sentry cycles into it. It doesn't matter if his teammates are walking straight through the target zone with zero opposition, this guy is determined to ensure everyone knows of his existence. Oftentimes, these individuals group up with their equally skilled comrades, moving as a unit to secure one doorway every 5 minutes. Listen here, if you're unfortunate enough to run into a pack of these wild allies on your team, you might want to make sure you're observing from a safe distance, as more than likely, they are bound to attract an excessive amount of attention to their area. These guys scream danger is nearby. The worst part is, more often than not, all it takes is one side angle to become compromised in order to end this entire platoon's useless rampage. Still, at the end of the day, this guy's motto is simple. He just wants to shoot more bullets.
Number 2.
The Misfire Misfit. Warning, if your skill with a blaster is as non-existent as Finn's character development, you may be at risk of being labeled as a Misfire Misfit. These are the guys on the battlefield that look like they got hit by a permanent dose of Rey's confusion ability, even though the game just started. Countless times, this player can be seen off spawn, shooting at their allies in the back, shooting at the clouds, trees, birds, rocks, you name it. Nothing is safe from this guy's bullets. You see, these players have no control when it comes to when their finger decides to press the trigger. It's like they're under some kind of mind control, alright? I even felt so bad for this one dude that I tried everything I could. I tried shooting at him, but I just could not snap him out of it. My man looks like he's under Order 66 or something. Perhaps the worst part about these players is that their lack of awareness always brings unnecessary attention down onto your location. Take for example this clip of me strategically scouting my next move on my opponents in this game of heroes versus villains when bam, I spot a Misfire Misfit. Immediately the man starts spam firing across the map, alerting all the sweats on the enemy team exactly where I am. Seriously, my man shot so many bullets that he caused a disturbance in the force so great that it makes Anakin's betrayal look like a warm-up. In the end, he single-handedly got all 3 of us killed by allowing Darth Vader to sneak up and force choke all 3 of us off a cliff. This just went from Battlefront 2 to a cinematic scene pulled straight from a Vader standalone film. This is up there with the Rogue One scene. Please, Disney, make the Darth Vader standalone happen. Sincerely, every Star Wars fan ever.
Number 1.
The Last Stand Legend. Now look, it's no question that Star Wars is known for its amazing last stands. Right, Commander Thorn, Heavy, Commando Gregor, Finn. Oh wait, nope, everyone's favorite Star Wars character had to come out of absolutely nowhere and ruin that one, didn't she? And to top it off, she even harassed my man right on camera. If I was Finn right here, I would have filed harassment because clearly he did not want that. Anyway, point is, these are the kinds of Star Wars characters that the Last Stand Legend looks up to. Rather than turning their back and running away like 3PO at the sight of any danger, this is the guy on your team who more often than not will purposely throw themselves in high-stakes situations all in hope of pulling off a hardcore clutch moment like you see on the big screens. This includes, but is not limited to, charging at shielded droidecas with the assault class, trying to no-scope rocket troopers. You get the idea. The best variants of these players, however, are the ones who get into these situations naturally. Say you're going on a 10+ kill streak on the enemy front lines, your entire team gets pushed back, and the next thing you know, you find yourself alone dancing around an enemy vehicle having the most intense moment of your Star Wars career. The unfortunate reality is, however, that literally no one else sees what you are doing. And if they do, even though you feel like James Bond bouncing around the map, I promise you, you look like a hyper-lost puppy circling around his owner begging for a treat. If only all these camping pesky snipers in the back of the map would actually help you out or something. Oh wait, that would make too much sense. And as we all know, Star Wars has been making absolutely zero sense lately. Seriously, this right here has not aged well since part 2. Anyway guys, that concludes our list. Comment down below which type of player you are. Check out parts 1 and 2. And before you go, I have an important announcement to make. I am going to be starting a 100 lives or 100 spawns Battlefront 2 series on this channel. I'm aiming for every 2 to 4 weeks coming out with a brand new video. So I hope you are all excited about that. We also plan on doing similar content to that on our group channel that I mentioned earlier over Battlefront 2 and other games as well. So once again, if you are going to head over there for the dream video, you may want to consider sticking around for the bigger content that we have planned. With that said, boys, it has been a ton of fun doing this again. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.